Hey guys, I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we're back once again playing Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. And holy crap, guys. Dahlia Hawthorne is possessing Maya.
Like I thought.
But she's been out and about and not trapped.
Since the earthquake. Francisca is gonna get so mad. So mad.
Oh, this is a thing. Oh my gosh.
This is.
Now then, let's continue where we last left off, shall we? Well, witness? Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge? Well, it seems that if we're to learn the truth...
Like, okay, she's not gonna give a fuck.
We'll need to hear your testimony.
God damn it.
I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. The plan. The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris.
Oh my, that is a different plan than what I thought.
The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. Okay.
Wait a minute! Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay?
Yes. You have a problem with that?
Don't give us that nonsense! There's no way that!
Watch yourself, Trite. If you've got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's my rule. Godot is correct. And by the way, that's my rule as well.
To kill Maya? Could it be true? So, it was referring to Maya, and not, what's her name? I forget where is the first letter. It just says master, so, okay.
Yeah, press all.
My bad. You were executed last month, correct?
Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant.
How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay? When she was in jail?
Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me.
I fucking knew it!
Since I was on death row, and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see. Well, so what did you discuss? Is that when you discussed the plan? Ha! Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter.
All to make Pearl Fay the master of crime?
She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister Misty took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan, huh?
You're talking about Pearl Fay, is that correct?
Yes. At first, she had high hopes for the two of us. And you and your twin sister Iris. That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father.
Huh, interesting. Now we're getting a different story.
Abandoned?
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you mean their father abandoned them as well? Or I thought
Morgan
Fay abandoned them and their dad.
And the dad, yeah. The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at the old temple.
Are you... what? The fucking shit. When they were like 5? She was doing this since she was like 5? Are you kidding me? You mean Iris?
Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. How horrible. The real horrible one was that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Faye.
Oh no, Pearl is hearing all of this!
Uh-huh. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her.
This is very terrible to say, but it's just true in the context of who her mother is.
Yeah. Morgan Faye heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because her pathetic dream of having her bloodline become the main family.
Maya would have to die, but why?
For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of.
But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that! Which is why they worded it differently. What, did you not read the plan? She adores Maya!
How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all.
This is why Pearl shouldn't have gone seen her mother.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly why. But we let her. Because Maya, bless her heart, allowed her to see her mother.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous!
She was willing to sacrifice anything and everyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter, and naturally the life of Maya Faye as well.
How could anyone do that? You were going to kill Maya?
Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing that any of you can do to me. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger sister. On Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they'd think it was Iris who had done it. The witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini. I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway. But why did you have to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your own twin sister, isn't she?
She just says that she abandoned her.
Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her.
Is this about the plan 5, 10...
The Dusky Bridge incident?
The Dusky Bridge incident with the diamond?
Uh-huh.
Backstabber? Or maybe, she had morals and she was like, yeah, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. You just don't understand. She never will.
First, you try to kill Phoenix, and now you try to kill Maya and ruin Pearl's life.
I don't know if it's ever said, but maybe she was also trying to kill Iris in the original, where she was supposed to be taken hostage and not. I don't know.
What do you mean she was supposed to be taken hostage? I didn't even know her part in the plan.
I don't know. Thoughts, theories. Anyway.
You think the plan was a success?
You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fey is dead. Now the title of Master will pass on to Pearl Fey.
That's absurd! Maya is she's just trapped inside a sacred cavern!
The news channeling her.
Phoenix, did you snap?
Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as you ever were. As ever, aren't you, my darling Fenny? Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I despised you. Your sniveling naivete and your pathetic faith in other people.
I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fey's plan?
I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of.
If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? Because she has a grudge on Mia!
You may not understand it, being the kind, gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that.
So then tell me, why?
Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I act in my own self-interests. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction.
Remember that court case 5 years ago, Phoenix? When she said that Mia Fey would pay?
Yep.
What did you say? So this woman, Dolly Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead?
Do you understand why I would kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was?
Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan Fey. Gods, Phoenix!
Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end I died for myself. I thought it was obvious.
So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan in her plan so she can accomplish her own goal.
All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of getting revenge.
Revenge? It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. I can't believe it! She meant to kill Maya. I've got to keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well. She's gonna get revenge on Mia Fey.
Yeah.
Via using Maya on this stone lantern.
Yeah.
No, I don't know which one it is. I can't. Because I'm afraid of being one step ahead. I can't believe this is gonna come up.
Uh-huh.
Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself?
As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore.
I wonder if that's actually true, if that there's something you do for evil spirits?
Yeah.
Like, contain them in a talisman?
Because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either. You wanted to take revenge on someone? I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Mia Fey.
Of course! Of course! This is still a Fey family problem!
Yep.
Except this is completely different. This is a completely different issue. It's not about the master or crying. It's now about whatever this crimes,
Yeah.
I guess. I somehow knew this was it.
I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation.
You mean that they found out about your crime? You fucking psycho.
I wanted her to feel the same pain that she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up. And the reason it was impossible was perhaps that Mia Fey had already died. Yes, and I realized that there's only one way to take revenge against the dead. And how do you do that? Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only way I could take revenge against Mia Fey. That's the reason why I helped out with that woman's plans.
Just for that? For that you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey!
As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
In this case, Iris fell like way far from both trees. Thank you, Sister Bikini.
Yeah, what a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you, there's not a thing you can do to me.
Grr.
That night, at about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on the demon warding hood. Then I picked up the staff that was left by my side and left Hazakor Temple.
Wait, staff by your side? So it was at least Diaxton who chanted her after all. Wait, Elise found the letter? Before Maya? I thought Maya found the letter!
Remember that Pearls had Elise Dexnim read the letter, the plan to kill Maya Fey, and in order to prevent that, she channeled her as well instead.
Oh, okay.
And because she's the master,
She did read bravely.
yeah,
She read this last part.
bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition.
She read this last letter that really told them what this is about. Holy shit.
That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing.
Oh.
She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor old back. What did you do then? That kid was easier to handle than I'd hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and...
So then you're saying you stabbed Maya?
It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. What does that mean? No clear memory? I don't know. I think I was stabbed.
You were stabbed?
Oh my god. At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it.
That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork.
I'm sorry, I just remembered this case. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. But before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. It was just I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I hoped that it would cast suspicion on her.
I can't believe she was thinking of that into the bitter end.
That's where my memory temporarily stops.
That's when Maya took... Is that when Maya took Dahlia from Misty? Faye?
It stops? I don't have a memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own 2 hands. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness. You were in the sacred cavern? The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I had been trapped in there. But how did you wind up in there? I'd like to know that myself.
What else? Maya? That's Maya's body, after all. It can't be at least Ixnum's body because we found that body. There's only one explanation. Maya channeled Dahlia.
Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead. I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I'd killed her myself. For a ghost, you're one tough cookie. I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. The trick lock stopped you, huh? I didn't know how to remove it. So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern? Yes. I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it.
Interrupted?
It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall.
Pearl?
What? Who?
Could have been Maya? No. The other one, Phoenix.
I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see.
Why not?
If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well in the back of the sacred cavern.
That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went in there to cover the hanging scroll in gravy.
Still, I finally managed to remove the lock. But I was too late. What do you mean by that? The flies had already started to gather. That bridge had been fixed by the police, had started their investigation, correct? Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized that I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up.
Lady Luck?
After that big earthquake, she showed up, all by herself.
Iris.
The real Iris? She showed the... That was...
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't.
You're too caught up. I got. She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was all right. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked herself away in my place.
I don't know where self came from, but okay.
So now Iris is the one locked in. I had finally learned exactly what happened. It was then that I learned that the plan had actually succeeded.
What do you mean your plan has succeeded?
I misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me, I assumed it was Pearl Faye. Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions. But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was Misty Faye, the picture book author. What? Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden, it was her body that was left lying there. Maya Fey. I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit. And that is matricide, the sin of killing her own mother.
No way!
Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of this? It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Fey. But even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fey's life was none other than your darling little Maya.
Ridiculous! That's nonsense!
Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there?
What? What do you mean? Well, what is this so-called evidence?
The fact that Maya Fey had disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it?
Huh?
The idea that she's still in the Sacred Cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the Inner Temple, that much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place that she could be. Well, where? Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of Eagle River. Well, where else?
How do you think you're here? What?
Eagle River. Maya Fey killed killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into Eagle River. Most bodies wind up there or are lost forever. So, what do you have to say now, Fenny?
Ah!
Oops. Sorry, that's my phone.
What kind of ringtone is that?
The best one.
His theme song is his ringtone. Please tell me that Phoenix doesn't change his ringtone ever.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, thank God!
Godot here. Okay, thanks.
They unlocked it?
Was that something important? They just finished removing the locks from the Sacred Cavern.
That's great! What about Maya?
There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Fey? It was the accused, Sister Iris.
Huh?
Don't be so surprised.
Okay, guys, let's just be real here for a second. If Elise Diexonum is dead, who's the one channeling Dahlia?
Pearl.
Yes, it's Pearl. Even though we saw her this morning, she's in the witness stand, in the crowd, the audience.
She thinks that, yeah.
Wait, she thinks that?
She thinks
she's in Pearl's body?
Possibly. I mean, what else? Okay, so she thinks Maya's dead. She thinks Maya's dead.
And at least Diexonum is dead, and she's confirmed that for based on
Iris was just locked up, so the only one left is Pearl.
So she hasn't seen Pearl yet.
She hasn't seen Pearl to counter her thought.
Oh no.
She thinks she's in Pearl's body.
Oh, but does she not know that Pearl has brown hair? I guess not. Okay, let's go on. So, what about Maya? Where is she? Right there, in front of you.
There was no one else found inside the Sacred Cavern.
No, it can't be. Phoenix, use your fucking brain.
I told you, didn't I? She's dead.
No, she's right there in front of you, channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. No.
It seems that this case has come to an end. A tragic end. Sadly, it appears that the killer of Elise Diexonum, also known as Misty Fey, was her own daughter, Maya Fey. Overcome with guilt of what she done, Maya Jaffe jumped to her death into the raging waters of Eagle River.
But then how did the body of Elise Diaxon end up on the other side of the bridge? You think Pearl dragged that body to the edge and swung it like a pendulum? Is that what you're thinking? It can't be. Huh?
Trite. Have you heard of this one? Once you've eliminated the impossible,
All that is left, no matter how improbable, has to be the solution.
whatever remains must be the truth. No matter how improbable it may seem. What is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Gatto?
I guess I don't quote that right, even though I played Telezilia like 3 times.
Yeah. According to this witness, Maya Fey threw herself into Eagle River. Wow, however, is that really the truth? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden, which means Maya had thrown herself into the river. If Maya threw herself into the river,
she would have hit the bedrock.
it would have been from the inner temple side, near the bridge. That's right. That's where she jumped off from.
Remember the court case 6 years ago?
But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there.
What?
Don't get your panties in a twist, Uptrite. Just relax and think the whole thing through again.
Of course he remembers. Dahlia, do you remember? So
Yeah.
it's impossible? Maya could have thrown herself into the Eagle River?
Well, Mr. Wright, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Fey threw herself into the river from the inner temple side. Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim?
The same one that refuted it all those years ago. Let's do this! It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side. No one knows that better than this witness!
What did you say?
11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river. Just take a look at this overhead map. As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock cliff shelf.
Oh! You're right!
She wouldn't have reached the river if she had jumped off from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we should be able to see her body in this photo.
Ah! Ha! So you finally figured it out. You! No! Order! You're just playing with me. Maya Fey's body is at the bottom of the Eagle River. There's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding.
Right there. Miss Hawthorne, have you ever heard this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible,
Impossible.
whatever
Ever.
remains must be the truth.
Wait for it. Yes, just a few minutes ago.
Maya Fey was inside the sacred
Look,
cavern.
I hate Dahlia Hawthorne, but if she's good for anything, it's that one line.
That one line is the only thing. We now know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River.
Correct. That eliminates all the most likely possibilities.
Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be.
Well, what is this one possibility you're talking about? That's obviously a bluff. So where's her dead body then?
The witness stand! Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place. Normally, the living have no way to punish the dead. But I think there is a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Should I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Should I tell you where Maya is in this very instant? Maya Fey is in this very courtroom. There's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom.
What? Maya Fey is here? What, you say she's in my courtroom?
Dahlia Hawthorne, may I present to you Pearl Fey?
Yeah.
I seem to recall that you said, I had misunderstood one thing, you see.
So what?
But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood.
What do you mean?
Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dahlia Hawthorne?
Why, that's obvious. It's Pearl Fey. A pathetic little sniveling runt.
You're wrong. Pearl tried, but she couldn't do it. I never felt it channeling someone. This is the first time it happened. Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone called me before Pearl did? But who?
Pearl's even tried again on the day after the crime, but she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right about now, am I correct? It wasn't Pearls that channeled you. There was someone who could call you before she could. Take that! It was Mia. This is an easy one.
Yeah.
Pearls couldn't do it, and Misty Faye is gone. There's only one possibility left.
Come on already! I can't stand the tension!
Remember the court case 1 year ago? Dahlia Hawthorne. The person channeling you right now must be Maya Faye.
What? What? But how could that be? Remember what this witness Dahlia Hawthorne said just a moment about her goal? She said that her goal was to kill Maya Faye. Yes, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit, someone that was trying to kill her. Huh. Well, Gramps, what would happen? Could it be?
It looks like you finally understand, Your Honor.
Well, I don't. What are you going on about?
What I'm going on about is the reason Maya channeled you, and there's only one reason: to protect herself from you.
To protect herself from me?
Yes. On the night of the crime, you're only interested in one thing: killing Maya Faye. The path to the inner temple was closed off, and there was nowhere for her to run. So then the problem became, where would be the safest place to hide?
You mean that's when she channeled me?
All along you thought you had been channeled by Pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you.
No, don't say that. You're saying that I was played for a fool by a little whelp? Maya Faye killed herself, isn't it obvious?
Sorry, but no. It would have to been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. This was the only avenue of escape open to Maya. The only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple.
I don't believe you. A stupid little girl like that, who has never been out in the real world?
She's been out for like 3 years.
Yeah. She could have never come up with a plan like that. Who could have given her such a brilliant idea? Well,
me, of course.
Mia!
You said that we need her! Fuck you!
I wanted to keep this as a surprise!
Pearl, did you channel Mia the moment it started? And Mia was like, down, she came down, she jumped from the audience desk, was like, me, of course.
It's either that or no one noticed there's such a small girl crawling underneath the courtroom, and everyone was focused on Gato or Dahlia, that they didn't see a small girl crawl onto the court floor around Phoenix and stand up and then channel her.
I'm choking.
Mia Faye.
It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
So it's true. It was you.
Yes.
Huh. You're something else. But what? What are you doing here? That hair.
The hair! It's Pearls, right? Tell me something, Dahlia.
Who else could it be?
Oh my gosh, who else could it be? My process of elimination! If Pearl is supposed to be... If Pearl is supposed to channel Dahlia right now, this should be Maya, but there's no Maya here right now.
We were just over this!
Phoenix, get your shit together! I want you to think back to that night one more time. You had just cornered Maya into the inner temple's garden. And then, in the final moment of the fight, you lost consciousness.
I was stabbed by Maya Fey.
Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time as you.
She did? Not terribly surprising since she was about to be killed.
When she woke up, she was in a training hall. That's when Maya decided she needed help. So she channeled me. She explained in a memo the situation she was in. She asked me what I thought she should do.
She did that? I can't believe it.
Of course, I didn't have all the details. But one thing was perfectly clear.
And that was...
I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free.
Free?
What do you mean? It was a race against time, so I wrote down 2 things that Maya had to do. Channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible, and lock herself in the sacred cavern until help arrived. So it was Maya who put the lock on there. I thought it was Pearl, and then when Pearl didn't say anything, I thought it was Maya.
Yes, but why did you order her to do those 2 things?
If she hadn't done it, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. By one Pearl Faye. Gods.
And then what situation?
Pearls?
Real quick, what situation would we be in then?
Oh my gosh, one I don't want to think about.
Yeah. If Pearls channeled her from the very beginning, what situation would we be in now?
Maya would be dead.
Maya would be dead, and
Pearl would be the killer, quote unquote, according to the judge's logic from the last game 1 year ago. Yes, Pearl didn't properly understand the plan, so all she was trying to do was follow her mother, Morgan Faye's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly.
So that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Faye to kill Maya at all costs.
She just admitted to that.
Yes, it certainly sounds like that was the intent all along. How dare you! I won't forget this!
Why not just admit it, Dahlia Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure. Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say? Oh, burn!
What do you mean by another?
Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure.
What? How dare you?
11 years ago, the fake kidnapping, your very first crime. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but you lost it? Oh no, Dad. But after Terry Falls escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed.
Shut your mouth! That wasn't my fault. It was because that stupid oaf of a prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman.
And then, 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but you wound up killing someone else. As a result, you were sentenced to death. It was one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny.
You, wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face!
And now this! You messed up again! You let Maya Fey escape, even though she was right there in front of you.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
Oh no! She's turning! She's turning!
You spinster!
What the fuck does that mean?
I was supposed to kill Maya Fey, like I swore I would! And if you hadn't gotten this spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict. I wouldn't have been hanged to death.
True. But I think you finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. You will never defeat me.
What? What did you say?
Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all eternity. I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there was no way we could punish you, because you were already dead.
What about it?
Then you said, even with when the body dies, the spirit, the egos, it lives on forever. That's very true, Dahlia. And that's exactly the punishment you'll never be able to escape from. For all of eternity, you have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne, a miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win at anything. And for you, there is no escape from that, no hope of freedom. Since the day you were executed, the narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp.
Oh,
she's turning! She's turning!
You're wrong! It can't be! How could I lose to the likes of you?
It no longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now! She's turning! Uh-oh, shite! Shite! What? We're all seeing this!
I'm not ready. Not ready to go.
Oh, shite is the Magatama! Mia, help me! Mia, help me! Why did you just create a rife, guys? Why?
Nick?
Sis? Oh, son of a bitch! Yes, you just created a rife! Are you just... Mia, please help me. You have more experience in exorcism.
Now then, I assume you are the real Iris? Yes, I was just rescued from the sacred cavern. I must say, you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I can see. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Gatto, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne? If you ask me, Your Honor, it looks like she went back to the hell she came from. It seems that Misty Faye wasn't the only victim of this crime. Maya Faye, as well as the young Pearl Faye, were all also victims in this wicked and selfish plan.
Yes, Your Honor.
The tragedy of Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems.
Where's Maya?
It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit again.
Hey, Mia, how do you trap a spirit into something? Your Honor?
Yes, what is it?
About this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept now.
Well, to be frank, my younger brother was quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concerted effort to study up on Karain channeling technique.
Wait a minute.
Good for you, Judge!
What about last year?
Whatever.
Hey, isn't that the New Year's issue of Occult?
I've seen quite a few things in my many years on the bench. In all that time, I finally learned this one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, first we must immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ.
Never thought of it that way.
At any rate, it's time to pass judgment on this case of Iris on Hazakura Temple.
Objection!
We.
Yep, guess what? We haven't found the real killer.
I know, that's what I was going to say. We didn't find the real killer.
You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor. Well, what do you mean by that, Mr. Gatto?
This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what he means.
Well, what?
What?
Trite. Remember what Miss Evil Spirit had said in her testimony?
Huh? Dahlia's testimony?
I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out a dagger from the storeroom and... It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed.
It's just as Dahlia Houghton was about to attack Maya. She was stabbed and killed by someone.
Yes, that's right. The person that was ultimately killed was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. At least Daexnim. No, Misty Faye. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it.
Is it over?
Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until this evidence proves her innocence.
No way.
But this court isn't prepared for any further testimony. Prosecution is ready to call our final witness. For final witness?
Maya?
This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Indeed.
Is it really alright, Mr. Prosecutor?
Of course it's alright, Madam Attorney. Very well then. Who is this final witness? Ha! Isn't it obvious? There's one person who saw the whole event and will put a final dagger in this case. Just someone who saw the whole murder took place? The very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes.
You mean... Maya? She can't testify after what she's just been through.
We need to find the truth. The prosecution calls Maya Faye to the witness stand. Very well. But first, we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial. Hey, Trite. I've got something to say to you, so listen up.
What is it?
I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without having a faint understanding of the case.
Biggest understatement of
The century. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you.
Literally, every time. Every single time. You got some nerve.
But that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this by yourself. That's enough. This court is now in recess.
Where's our save point?
I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me. But I was missing all day, and we didn't even have a chance to talk. She's right. When I met Iris in the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside of the sacred cavern. I want to at least be in the defendant's box today to root for you on. Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important that I have to ask you. Ugh. Why did you help your sister out as much as you did? Huh? If you had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent the entire day locked up in there. My sister, I feel sorry for her. She was abandoned by our mother and never got any love from our father either. Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it?
Not necessarily. She had Sister Bikini!
Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me.
Exactly! Thank you, Sister Bikini. I love you. You deserve a lot.
If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple.
Honestly, she probably wouldn't have grown up as fucked up as she did.
Still fucked up, but not as much.
Less fucked up, because you actually have someone positive in her life.
I always loved her.
This sounds like a toxic relationship. I'm really sorry to say.
Yeah. Dahlia was always so smart and so strong. She never complained about a thing.
Oh no.
That's why I promised her I would help her out. Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago? Yes. I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But, as usual, I was too cowardly, and at the last minute I ran away. God damn! The inner recesses of my mind, my subconscious is remembering this game more than I am actively remembering it. She was supposed to take the place of Dahlia, but because she chickened out, Dahlia had to take her place.
Dahlia took Dahlia's place.
Well, yeah, Dahlia took Dahlia's place, which means she totally was gonna sacrifice her sister in case she was swept away with the diamond.
Holy shit.
God damn, my inner mind. God damn, my inner machinations of my mind. Damn. Because of that, Dahlia's half-sister, Valerie, ended up.
Half-sister?
Yeah, because it was from the mother. It was the daughter.
No, it wasn't.
From the other mother.
Okay. It isn't a half-sister.
Half-sister. You're right. Half-sister. It's the
that's
wrong.
her stepsister.
Stepsister. Yes, you're correct.
They're not related by blood.
It's supposed to be stepsister. Yes. That was the cause that wounded Mia so badly. But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder. Some people? You must mean. Yes, 2 defense lawyers. Mia Fey and Diego Almondo. After poisoning Mr. Almondo, who was getting too close to learning the truth. Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You. That's right. Iris, there's one more thing I have to ask you. Yes? What is it? On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, Elise Dexnam, was it really you? Yes, it was me. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone. There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got the snowmobile and headed it for the inner temple. But...
Oh, shite!
The path to the inner temple was cut off, right? Exactly. We can't just leave the body here. Alright, let's do this as you said. It was me. I was the one who received the body. The murder weapon had been left in her body, so she wouldn't bleed too much. The staff that Miss Elise Dexnam had always held. I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff. Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile.
So does that mean the blood on the dagger is actually Maya's?
But why? Why did you alter the body? I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with this... Thank you. I wiped the blood off the staff blade and left it on the ground next to her.
What, did you put it back? In?
Yeah. Iris, tell me just one more thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real killer. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it.
Is it Morgan Faye? Morgan Faye is actually dead and didn't she forcefully possess someone? The demon was actually Morgan Faye, wasn't it? Shite!
I see. Victim staff updated to court record. Defendant!
Hang on. Hang on, bailiff! The actual weapon used to murder the victim.
Yes? The judge is calling you. He wants to see you in his chambers. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne. Alright. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you later. Okay. Something she wants to tell me. So, it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning. Phoenix.
Wrong person!
Yes. Mia! How's Maya doing?
Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case.
I see. You don't mean she learned who Elise Daxton really was?
Yes. I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew.
But why?
Maya is stronger than you think. I knew she would take it. All of it.
What do you mean by that?
I want you to figure answer out by yourself. The trial is about to restart. The real killer. Do you know who it is yet?
Iris wouldn't tell me who called her, but still. I think that just maybe I know who it was.
Morgan Faye.
That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the Inner Temple. And the criminal wasn't just there by accident. Which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning.
And one more thing. The victim was moved to the Hazakura Temple side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the Inner Temple side for almost an entire day.
Exactly. So, the criminal was someone that wasn't in Hazakura Temple the following day.
That's as much help as I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win, or lose.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end.
I'm very reluctant about having Pearl back, given the nature of this case. But I think she also needs to know the truth.
Yeah, well, she heard a lot of it.
Yeah, and then she's channel Mia, like the good girl she is.
Good girl!
Pearls. I'm so sorry about your shitty mom!
What exactly happened? What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me. All by myself. In the next episode. This was a long episode, guys. We couldn't stop because of so much story progress.
Literally everything was story progress.
We will see you guys in the next episode for our last segment of the trial. Part 3 of The Last Day. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.